Hi and good morning, it's Patsy. Um, Today I thought I'd just pop on for a couple of reasons really. Firstly, I hope that the lighting's not too bad. It's a lovely bright sunny day here in England, and it talks of warming up. You know, a bit crazy weather we were having for autumn. 23 degrees they're talking about it getting this week. So about 10 degrees over than what we're used to. Anyway, what I come on today for is basically I'm going to show you a new deck as well that I've got. One of too many, but there you go. But really talk about my anxiety. This might hit home for a few people because you come across quite a lot of people, especially in the spiritual community, that do tend to suffer from anxiety. This is something that I've suffered from for as long as I can remember. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know, because I know my mum my mum suffers, and different family members have it, and my own children have it. So is it genetic? Is it learned? I don't know. Um, but it can be the biggest bugbear of my life. It flares up. I have weeks where I can feel fine and I have no problems, and then I can have weeks where I feel so anxious over anything and everything. It's one of those things that creeps up on me, and I don't know why it's come up on me. There doesn't seem to be no reasoning behind it. It's just all of a sudden that feeling starts building up in me. Um, it's lost me friends, I think, because it does limit me to wanting to go out. I'm a bit of a loner. I'd rather stay at home um, than go out where there's lots of people and crowds and what have you. And if I'm having a bad day, I don't particularly want people round, because um, I don't want to be in company even. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite happy and content just to be with me. Um, and this is where I think the cards have helped me, whether it's tarot, oracle, or what have you, um, because I'm one of those people who, when I can feel this anxiety coming on, I try to distract myself. I try to immerse my head into something to take my mind off all these other thoughts what are going on and around my head. Um, I know that I can make things a lot worse than what they are. I can overthink things. I can, I think it's one of those things where I can, in my head, it starts building this picture, and I have to sort of stop myself and sort of say, oh, hang on. But it can get out of hand, and then, it's this all-consuming anxiety takes hold. So I do find that the cards do help me to take my mind off, to take me away from these other thoughts what are going on and on around my head. Um, I'm not a person who can just sit and do nothing, because people say, oh, did you sit and watch this? No, I can't just sit and watch anything. I can't watch movies, I can't watch TV series unless I'm actually doing something at the same time, so I can keep flicking up and looking. But I have to have something in my hands, something to be doing, as well as just watching, because just watching and sitting doesn't cut it with me. Other things will go on in my head as well. So cards have played a huge part in helping me find something to take my mind off those anxious moments, and when I'm feeling real poorly with it. Um, a lot of people don't understand it, and I think unless you do suffer with it yourself, it is hard to understand how somebody can get themselves into that state over something that seems so minute to them, I suppose. And it's very hard to explain, and even now I'm trying to explain how I feel at times, but it's very, very hard to explain. um, but I tend to spend most of my time at home, or just with my family, and there's times I don't even want to speak to them. Do you know what I mean? And it's not nice to live with, because we could do things, but there's always this fear of something going to happen. In my head I'll go, oh, but this might happen if you go out, this might happen if you don't. So it's just easier not to. And luckily, the closest to me understand that. But again, you know, if I'm in a crowd of people and I haven't got my cards with me, then in my head I'm chanting. If I feel anxious, I'll start chanting in my head. But you know, obviously you can't do it out loud because people think you're even weirder. But I have to fill my head with something so the anxiety doesn't get hold of me. At home it's a lot easier because I can just drag out my cards, and even if it's just playing, I mean, I wouldn't dream of doing a reading or anything while I'm feeling like that. But just having something in my hands to shuffle, to just lay out, just to study the images, to do, you know, to journal or anything, that sort of thing. So they helped. So that is one of the things that I wanted to speak. How being part of this tarot community, I can just switch on YouTube and I can watch while I'm messing about with my cards, or I can have a look at the cards that I've got and, oh yeah, I never thought of that, and pop that down and what have you. So it all helps me live my life day to day, you know, living with anxiety. And on the good days, you know, I still like to get my cards out and I'll do readings and journal, and that's still the same. But because it's a continuation of the same pattern, I don't feel I'm doing anything unusual when I am being anxious. Because if I felt I was doing something unusual out of my daily thing, I would then get anxious of why I was doing that. So it's kind of a vicious circle. So, but that's how they help me with anxiety anyway. And one of the latest decks that I bought, I've not even looked at it properly because it came this weekend, and I have been up to my neck in decorating, moving furniture, bedroom sorted around and what have you. Had my sister in laying carpets and what have you. So it's been a busy weekend. So I haven't really had much chance to look at these. But it's the Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. I've seen these for a while, but I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, you know, they're nice, the images are lovely, but you know, would they have a use? And then I thought to myself, well, yes, they would, because some days, especially when I'm anxious, I just want some card just to give me a hug. Do you know what I mean? Just a message to tell me that everything's going to be okay. And these are just cards that are different blessings for different areas. So, you know, if one day I was going through a situation, say, and I wanted that situation blessed or whatever, I could just take that card out, whatever's the nearest to it, I suppose, and read the blessing, what's in the book, because it's, and leave it out on the altar just to feel like I am asking for help from the divine energy or whatever to bring a blessing to that situation. So, oh, that light's a bit bright, isn't it? I've moved the curtains. I hope this doesn't thingy too much. I really need to sort out myself a different way of doing these videos. At the minute I only use my iPad, but it's quite limiting to just use my iPad. I really need to look into lighting and other ways of doing these videos. Let me just see if this curtain helps. Oh, it makes it a bit darker. Hopefully that's not too bad. I need lighting and all that sort of things. And you know, there's so much I could do, but I don't, because it limits me on here. I am looking into a what do you call them, a webcam, but I'm not very good with technology. So again, it's another thing I could, you know, need to sort out, but I don't really know how or where to start. Right, so let's have a look at these cards then. So this is the cards that I'm talking about, the Blessed Bee. It comes in a good box, and it's by Lucy Cavendish. The guidebook is quite a good size guidebook, and it goes up to page 113. Oh, well, there's about the author. 1 second. 128. There is extra pages about the author, about the artist, and then other cards by the same artist. Who is the artist? Jane Star Wiles. As I say that, Jane Star Wiles is the artwork. Lucy Cavendish is the author. On the back of the box it says, once when we met we would say the sacred words, blessed be, to wish each other blessings for the day and for the night and for the profound turning points in our lives. This deck is very simple, real ways returns to you the holy power of Celtic blessings, providing a pathway to reconnection with the divine. Lucy Cavendish's compassionate blessings bring hope, inspiration, understanding, and encouragement. Most of all, they offer a deep sense of belonging. The comfort of being seen, the reminder that you are a cherished and most precious being. For every one of life's gateways, for all the joyful moments and the challenges, there is a blessing to ignite your soul's luminous, loving light once again. So that's what it says on the back. So that kind of drew me to them. So we'll have a quick look at the cards. That's the back of them. Lovely back on them. There is, not sure how many cards there is. Oh, they're by Blue Angel. And there's 46 of the cards. Normal Blue Angel stock, they're quite glossy, but they don't stick. They don't stick, so you know that's a good thing. But they have got quite a gloss, but quite a nice card stock, really. So here we go. The first one is a blessing of the earth. Going for the elements because we've got a blessing of the air, a blessing of fire, a blessing of the waters, a blessing of the waters, a blessing on your day. Some gorgeous images in these cards. A blessing on your sleep. That's what I could have done with last night. I had a rough night's sleep. A blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. A blessing on your intuition. A blessing on your health. A blessing on a home. A blessing on the children. A blessing for the mother. A blessing for good men and fathers. A blessing on friendship. A blessing on your family. A blessing from your ancestors. I love this card. It's almost got like a hermit feel to it, but I love that. A blessing on your love. A blessing for good work. A blessing on your creativity. A blessing on your new adventure. A blessing to bring prosperity. A blessing on a journey. It's another beautiful card. A blessing of protection. A blessing to find your way. A blessing to find the truth. A blessing for the right words. Another gorgeous image. A blessing on a resolution. A blessing to heal a relationship. A blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. We all have those, what we can't avoid even if we try. A blessing to lift sadness. A blessing of forgiveness. A blessing for peace of mind, which is the image that's used on the front of the box. A blessing on your boundaries. A blessing for a fresh start. A blessing to bring clarity. A blessing on your wisdom. A blessing for unity where there was once a division. A blessing on growing older. Look at that, it's lovely. A blessing for support. A blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. That is a gorgeous image, that one. I love that one. A blessing for solace and hope. Another lovely one. Some gorgeous cards in here. A blessing for healing of injury or illness. A blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. Beautiful angel there. A blessing on a homecoming. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. Morrigan's blessing of peace after battle. So that's all the cards, and they are gorgeous cards. I don't know. There's an introduction in the book. A short note on the sacred nature of difficult times. It's a Gaelic blessing. We bathe your palms in the showers of wine, in the crook of the kindling, in the 7 elements, in the sap of the tree, in the milk of honey. We place 9 pure choice gifts in the clear, beloved face. The gift of form, the gift of voice, the gift of fortune, the gift of goodness, the gift of eminence, the gift of charity, the gift of integrity, the gift of true nobility, and the gift of apt speech. So that's a little Gaelic blessing what's there. Tells you how to invoke the blessings. There's quite a few blessings in here. Invoking the blessing, inviting the divine to bless you, reversals when a blessing feels distant. Then you've got a 1 card reading, a 3 card reading called a Triad of Blessings, an elemental blessings reading, which is the elements with the center card, phases of the moon spread, 13 moons, 13 blessings spread, caring for your blessing cards and their energy. A lifetime is a journey through blessings. So that takes you up then to the card messages, and each card has a blessing. Each, rather than a meaning, it gives you a blessing. And I just thought these would be nice, you know, if I need to, a certain, like I said, a certain situation would be best to pull out the card what's nearest to that, or just to shuffle and pull a card for the day and just invoke that blessing into my life. So let's have a look what we get today. Just do a quick shuffle. That one wants to come out. Oh, stuck. A blessing on a new venture. That's the one what's come out, which is quite apt for something what's going on for me at the moment. So that is the card. So if we look into the book and just sort of have a look at what the blessing... A blessing is a set direction, awaken determination, and establish a path through the unknown adventure ahead. May you look into the unknown tangle of possibilities ahead and find a pathway through to your goals and dreams. May the arrow of your intention be drawn back with commitment and a strong hand. May your eyes pierce the veils of the unknown, and may the arrow take flight and be sure and true. When you strike the mark, may your hopes be exceeded by the reality, and may you relish that which you began, the dream be equalled by the joy in bringing to life that were once only imagined possibilities. Let the way between you and your dream's maturity be clear and clean. Gather speed and are above all obstacles as it journeys towards its marks. As you begin, be certain of yourself, yet open to adaptation. May you be clear on what it is you yearn for, yet as flexible as the bow, and may you be as sharp as the arrowhead, so that you may penetrate all that seeks to hold you back and find your mark, landing true and bold and deep. Blessed be. So that's the sort of messages that come in the booklet. So it's a nice little deck, and I think I'm going to enjoy working with this. Like I said, it is a bit shiny, but they shuffle quite well. They're not too, they're just normal oracle sides, so they are quite big, and I've only got little hands, so when I have to sort of shuffle lengthways when they're that big. So I hope I've not waffled on too much, and I really need to get some sort of equipment, but I don't know where to start to sort of be able to do a bit more with the cards, so you don't have to keep looking at me all the time. But I'm not sure how to do it because, like I said, all I know is you press record on here and it records, and you know, it's easy enough. But I will try to work something out so I can do a bit more. I'm not ready for lives or anything yet, but I would like to do more with my channel. I know I started it about 3 weeks ago, and there's not an awful lot of content on there, and I've got so much in my head that I would like to do on there, but it just seems rather limiting with the iPad. So if you've got any ideas or recommendations, just let me know. And I hope the waffling at the start was okay. I just sort of wanted to explain how the cards do help me when I am feeling quite anxious. And others probably have different, different ways that they control their anxieties, if that's what they suffer with too. But these have been the cards have been an anchor for me to sort of hold on to when times have been tough. And I just wanted to sort of share that with the community, just to sort of show that there is that glimmer of hope when you do suffer on a daily basis. I hope it's not too dark now. I've had to shut the curtains because that bright light is a bit much. And again, there's equipment I need so I can do, but that's the story of my life. But thank you for listening, and I hope I've not waffled on too much. Speak to you soon. Bye.